Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. Freddie nearly just kicked me off the couch by moving it. But we're seeing at the moment a Penrith dynasty. The success that they've had over the last few years has been remarkable to watch. So we're going to ask the question, who is the best team of the modern era?
Well, for me, I think the Canberra team of the early to mid 90s, and you look at the back line, you got Ricky Stewart, Laurie Daly, Mal Meninga, Ruben Wiki, Ken Nagus, Brett Mullins.
No one Andruku.
It's just, they were just...
Power.
I remember at Newcastle, this is my first year, we were flying. And they came to Newcastle and beat us by 50. And they were just untouchable.
I remember watching the Broncos through the early 90s. They had a really good team too. Pretty much a state of origin team.
Have a look at this team.
Well, Brad Clyde, Burner, Croker.
Yeah. Now, Johnny Lomax got suspended there, so he's not there. And then also, just before that, Glenn Lazarus was floating around there too.
Yeah, you have a look at their key positions. Stewart, Daly, Mullins and Steve Walters.
Well, Steve Walters, before Cameron came on, he was the best dummy half of all time.
And they could get the ball to the likes of Wiki, Meninga, Nagus, Nandruku, the strike out wide, whether it was speed or the power. And this is the Broncos team I was talking about. Steve Renouf, you had Langer, Walters, Darren Lockyer at fullback.
Well, this reminds you a bit of the team now, doesn't it?
Wendell,
you know, like
Watty.
really
very
fast,
similar,
different style of play, electric.
Yep.
What about some of the forward pack in that late 90s for the Broncos? You got Petro, Webke, Gordon, Brad Thorne, Tony Carroll.
There you go, the 1998.
Have a look at that.
No spot defenders there.
Yeah, Tony Carroll used to do a good job. Just sit on the side of the halfback, and if you got your line wrong, he would just...
You'd Webke, Petro, Brad Thorne, Gordon. Oh, what about the solid?
Just looking at the points.
Who do you reckon's better, Freddie? The Broncos, late 90s, or Canberra? Those teams.
I'd go Canberra.
Because Gus Gould says 98 was the best team.
Yeah.
Broncos. You often hear him say that. How are these teams? Do you think Penrith would beat these teams at their very best, at Penrith's very best?
So Penrith are a little bit different to them. They were such great attacking teams. I don't think none of them were as good as defensive team as Penrith. Their systems are so good and they work so hard off the ball, which is a little bit different to the old days.
The old days didn't have so much system involved, was it? It was more ability and class.
Who do you think, if you saw that Raiders side go head-to-head with this Penrith team?
I'd say them two teams.
Yeah.
I'd say them. Well, I don't know. Geez, Penrith are incredible. And with the salary cap, but also more teams in the competition where the real high-end talent is diluted a bit, I don't think we'll see a team have 4 grand finals in a row.
Ever?
For a long time.
You got to look at the Penrith team. You got Api Coruscant, Viliami Kickout, like these players, Matt Burton, that have sort of gone. Like you put all them in and you build the best Penrith team over the last 4 years. I think they're competitive.
Yeah.
Really hard because the salary cap sort of pulls it apart. You're always losing players.
Well, considering the players they've lost from the first grand final they won 3 years ago, it is incredible they're still there now. It is incredible.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we'll get to see what happens on Sunday as well.
With the finals around the corner, NRL on 9 has you covered.
From match highlights, press conferences, don't forget, Freddie in the 8.
Of course.
NRL on 9 has you covered for everything. One-stop shop.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a moment.